Welcome back, guys. It's Gone in 60. Hope you guys are having an awesome day today. I have some things that I want to share with you guys that I've learned after owning my car. I want to share with you guys a few things that I think are very cheap, easy to do, that will instantly make your car look better on the exterior as well as the interior. And I'm also going to share with you guys what I'm going to do next to the car in terms of just features and different installs that I'm planning to do. So make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and we'll jump right into it. Starting with the exterior first, the first thing that I think is really easy to do and cheap that some people do, some people don't, but I highly recommend tinting your side marker lights because they just don't blend with the car. These front ones here are orange and the ones towards the back are red. And for me, I wanted to tint these out. I actually used Lux Auto Concepts, and they actually had the strips cut out for me on being able to install the side marker tint. You can actually even just buy a sheet off of Amazon that's really easy to do, that you guys can actually cut this out and install them. But I think it adds a nice look to the car. I ended up going with the darkest black I could get, and I also did the gloss color to it. But as you guys can see, I think it looks really good. I'll come here to the back of the car so you guys can kind of see all the different ones that I did. But did these rear ones, these ones are typically red. And I also did these ones back here on the bottom, and those are also red as well. So very happy with how these turned out, and that's the first thing that I would do on the exterior of the car. Jumping into the second thing, and guys, this is probably my most crucial thing that I would have everybody do to their Scat Pack, whatever car that is that you're driving, and it is actually painting your brake calipers. So I did mine red. This is actually a Mustang color, but I actually painted these myself. Very easy to do. It was actually applied via brush strokes, and I actually have a video on that you guys could check out. But for me, it sets the car up so well and just can tie into different things. Like I wanted to tie into the red that I have on the Scat Pack logo that I think looks really awesome. And so the car, it really pops by just having those brake calipers. I ended up going with the G2 paint performance set. It's about 50, 60 bucks. They have a lot of different colors that you guys can do on there. But as you guys can see, I think this is probably the biggest and most important thing that I would do on an exterior of the car. And guys, have fun with it, you know? Do some colors that you like that sets it apart. I know red is very common. And then I actually just bought these Brembo stickers off of Amazon, and there's some different sizes that you can get there. But I highly recommend checking out my video on painting your brake calipers and checking out G2 Performance, because they have a kit that includes the cleaner, it includes brushes, it includes the mixture and everything. Very easy to do, guys. The only piece that you want to make sure that you do, obviously, is jack up your car properly so you don't run into any issues. But this is probably my most favorite thing that I've done on the exterior of the car, is painting my brake calipers. You can order them from Dodge. I believe they give you options of red, and I want to say maybe they might do orange now. Don't quote me on that. But if you guys want to have fun and kind of do some different colors, I highly recommend checking out G2. I want to share just a couple other things that I maybe want to do to the exterior of the car. I'm considering maybe doing some different lighting, where you can turn on different colors and different things to, you know, when you're at night or maybe a car show, you can turn on blue or red or whatever color it is that you want to show. So that's something I'm kind of toying with, not something I'm overly excited to do, but I do think it would be something fun. For me, I don't want to just keep adding to the car to the point where I just don't care for it or like it as much, but that is something that, you know, I might consider doing. One other thing that, you know, I've thought about doing is around here on the back of the car. I know the Scat Packs from some of the earlier models have kind of that matte stripe. I like some of the old Chargers where it was actually painted and really glossy kind of across here. I would probably do it in black, but let me you guys know what you think on that. And the other thing I've toyed around with that, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna do or not, but you know, I do like the hoods of these. I really have always liked the Demon hood. I'd love to find a Demon hood or an aftermarket fiberglass one to put on here, but I think these last three things I'm sharing with you guys on the exterior of the car are ones that I'm like, probably won't end up doing, but I am considering it maybe just a little bit. So yeah, that's kind of the exterior and wraps that up. So another thing that everybody should do, and honestly this is a really common one, tint your windows. They're really cheap to do. The only reason I haven't done mine is because here in Utah, you can only have the front window tinted at 43%. And for whatever reason, cops love pulling people over in Utah for their tint, and I simply don't get it. The only reason I haven't done it is not because of cost. I mean, I think I've gotten quotes around 150 bucks for it. I just don't want this front window to be so much lighter than this window and this back window. I like everything blending and just being one color, so kind of look a little bit like a fishbowl, but that's something that I highly recommend doing, that I am going to do. I am just debating on whether I want to risk getting a ticket or not. Other people, you know, and it's all personal preference. Some people do kind of the back guards around here. I personally can't stand the look of that, but that's my preference. And then a lot of people do kind of the splitters down below, but I'm not a fan of that. You could call me maybe a little bit boring or too plain, but those are some of the things I like about it. I have contemplated tinting these back side markers or back tail lights, but I still like how they look. I think Dodge did a good job. The red kind of ties in with my car and kind of the theme of it, so I think that's something that looks cool. And honestly, this is just my opinion. I think especially for you guys who are starting a YouTube channel, have a brand on your car, you know, have a different license plate. I think that can also tie in really well. I kind of regret maybe getting the orange and blue for my license plates. They have some white ones I think would have tied in better, but those are some things cosmetically on the outside that you guys can change your appearance on. All right, let's go over the inside of the car. This is my latest purchase. So I think this makes it really pop when people get into the car, especially this red liner, but I got these all season weather mats to put down. I will give a word of caution that they don't really go over this that well. It seems to stay in place okay, but I've kind of been debating on what to do, but I just love the looks of them, and especially where I'm here in Utah, we get a lot of dirt, we get a lot of grime and everything on the road. So those are about $55. They come with them for the back too, and you can climb over here to the driver's side and see just how it looks. I think it just, for me, I wanted that red to pop from the outside to the inside and kind of have a theme there. So for $55, really easy to do, and I think especially with winter around the corner, if you guys are daily driving them, that helps. I also did just kind of a cheap, I think $15, you know, sticker that I can put on my ignition switch. One thing I like about the 2020s is right here, they'll put like the 392 in red. I wish I had that. I've debated whether popping those out and putting those on, but those are some things you can do on the inside of the car that are really cheap. Some upcoming mods that I'm going to be making to the car is I'm actually looking for door sills. I have tried some before. If you guys have recommendations on good door sills, because I don't know why Dodge didn't put something here. I know they have their metal ones. They're about $100 for a pair. I really don't want to spend that much, but I do want something that looks a little bit nicer and kind of protects this right here. I did try some earlier for the Scat Pack models, but it came on so bubbly, it didn't look good, and I just ended up taking them off. So that's a modification I'm going to be doing. Another modification that I also want to do is up here with the lights. I don't know how well you guys can see this, but the lights are just really kind of this yellow color. They're not very bright at night. They're actually really dark, and so I'm going to be changing those out to LED here pretty soon, and that's another modification that I want to make to the car. And probably the final thing that I'm going to do before I do some major things, and I'll keep you guys posted, but you know, these rings light up a white color. I'm actually going to put some kind of Dodge little rubber mats that you can put down here. I'll leave a link in the description below of all the stuff that I'm showing you, but it just kind of has the two dashes for Dodge, and they're in red, and I think that too adds a nice little pop to it. So nothing too crazy. I have considered doing some of the rings around the knobs, but I'm not a big fan of that. I might eventually change the shifter out and do something fun there, but I think the car with just a little bit of red makes it look really good. And I eventually probably will do this right here, because I like kind of the red accents and how it ties into there. But yeah, those are some of the things on the inside of the car that I'm going to be doing. And honestly guys, like door sills, those are super cheap. Most of them you can find for under 15, around 20 bucks. If you guys have some that you like, please let me know, because I have not found any that I'm overly crazy about. So please let me know in maybe the comments below of some different things you guys recommend. There you have it, guys. Those are the things I would do if I were you to the exterior and also interior of my car. So a lot of these are very cheap, very easy to do, something that you guys can all just do on your own, because you guys are awesome, and these are really easy installs. I also threw a few things out there that I'm considering doing. I'd love your feedback on it. I'd love kind of any direction you guys would give me on some of those things. I do this for you guys. I want to make this content for you. So let me know what you like or don't like. And guys, just thank you for all the support on the channel, and we'll catch you on the next video.